You're able to see the PPT. Thank you. So, hi guys, good morning. So my name is Parag Jain. I will be your trainer for the Solution Architect Associate certification. Uh, yeah. So what we are going to learn about the we this course is regarding majorly we are going to focus about the solution architect, what is cloud, everything. So before going that, I will explain my I will give a introduction about myself. Okay, my name is Parag Jain. I'm working for last 10 years in the industry. I have done couple of certification. I am AWS certification, solution architect, as well as recently I have done AWS developer certification. Uh, Currently, I'm pursuing a new other certification in Snowflakes. Before that, I have done big data certification, so I'm good with data engineering side as well. Uh, been in industry for a longer period of time. I have done so many things in cloud. In AWS, it has been nearly 7 years with right now. So I have designed and re-architect the solutions in AWS, which revolve around big data, R&D, scalability, serverless application, and so on. Even in my previous organization, we have created a platform where the machine learning algorithms can be developed by data scientists. They can deploy their and train their model. And one of the solution I have provided was to process a huge amount of data on a serverless application within 1 hour. So these are the few introduction about myself. Uh, then what we are going to learn? Okay, we are going to learn about cloud, majorly focus about AWS. So if you go with the syllabus of AWS Solution Architect, this is the high level syllabus you will find on Amazon website. Okay, now coming to cloud, what every company, every cloud provider wants you something to learn, right? What are the key components they want to learn with the certification? When you're going to the certification, there is something to be focus area. So to learn this certification, Amazon has divided your syllabus into four major domains. One is design a resilient architect. Second is design a high, highly performance architect. Then design a secure application and cost optimize. Now, what do you mean by resilient? Resilient means which something which doesn't get break. Okay, so you have to design the architect, or you have to provide a solution to a company such that your application should not break. Let's take an example. You visit a website, any of the website. If that website is slow, are you going to visit that website, or is that website crashes continuously? Are you going to visit that website? Are you going to use that particular application or software? Let's say you have downloaded a new software today, and that software keep on crashing. Will you use that software? You're not going to use that software. You're going to use the other software which doesn't give you, or that doesn't bother you, right? So if your application, if your software, if your service is not working because any of the reason, doesn't matter if there's a bug, there is a problem issue, there is a network issue, anything. If it's not working, people are not going to use it. So if you are in the cloud, if you are working there, you should create application. You should think how my application should be working 24/7, or whenever the user is using that application, it should not break. That's the thing you have to keep in mind while creating something in the cloud. Now, what is cloud? Everything we are going to learn. Now, next thing, performance. Okay, your application is working fine, but it's slow. User experience will not be that good. So you have to design a high performance. You have to think about how you should create a high performance application. Then security. If your application is working good, it's not crashing, performance is decent, but your data, your user credentials, the personal information are not secure, then it will create a data breach. It will create a government norm issues. So you have to secure your application, and finally the cost. So these are the few parameters on which the syllabus revolves. So what we are going to learn today, what we are our demo is all about, or the introduction of cloud. So first, what is cloud? You might have heard the word cloud. Before that, what is on-premise? Then focusing on AWS, how AWS has evolved, what are the features AWS are providing? Okay, why cloud is important nowadays? Advantage, disadvantage of cloud. Okay, then how it is differentiating from different technologies, job opportunities, and so on. We'll cover one by one. Let's talk about cloud and versus on-premise. So before working or going on the cloud, let's understand what is on-premise. How many of you know the word on-premise? Have you heard it? Do you can interpret what you mean by on-premise? Can you give, as per your understanding, what is on-premise? What do you think on-premise means? Anyone? Okay. Yes. Something. Hmm. Okay. Partially right. Yes. Oh, yeah. Anyone else? Okay. Feel free to ask anything. Okay. Now, what is on-premise? Let's go 20 years back, not 15, 15 to 20 years back. Do you remember that time there was internet just started, right? So that time there was no concept of cloud. Let's talk about your telecom domain. Telecom means Airtel, Reliance, or any company you can take it. So what they have done, they have to provide the service to their customer across the India. What they have done, they have set up their own infra, they have set up their own data center, they have taken the campuses, or you can say the premises where they rented out, or they have purchased the property, and then they set up the data centers, and then over top of that they have started building the application which you are nowadays using on your mobile for, as a internet, or you can say complete telecom domain. So what is on-premising generally? Like whenever you want to go out and have some deploy your services. Let's say I have an idea now, and I want to make that service idea live. What do you have to do? Nowadays, if you want to purchase, let's say you want to open an office. Let's say you want to set up a company. What is the primary thing you require? You will go out and rent a building or rent a room, basically. Then you will purchase the computers for your employees, purchasing, then installing software, then maintaining their complete hardware. If you otherwise, after that you might require storage. Agree? Just think about how much capital you are investing in that. Banking companies, they have their data centers, right? So before going to public, before launching application, you have to set up everything. Take another example. Uh, you owing a car is an example of on premise. Basically, I have to do everything. My primary requirement is to go from let's take example of why I'm saying car. Like 20 years back, when you want to go from point A to point B, or if you want to travel, what is the option right that time? You have to purchase the car most of the time. Renting a car or as per demand was not that feasible. Nowadays, you can rent a car very quickly. But if you 20 years back, it was not that possible. Think about uh, purchasing a car of 5 lakh or 10 lakh was too much huge amount. Take another example. The best example which I can give you right now. 15 years back, when I was in college or school, you can say school, you have an assignment, a computer assignment. You have a subject in school where you want to complete a assignment. That was a computer assignment basically. So how can you do the assignment? You should have a computer at your home to complete the assignment. Yes or no? To complete a assignment given by your faculty, you need to computer at your home. Let's say you don't owe a computer that particular time, but can you give an excuse to your faculty that I can't complete the assignment because I don't have a laptop or I don't have a computer at my home? You have to complete the assignment given by the faculty, irrespective do you own the computer or not, right? What are your options? What are your options here to complete the assignment given by a faculty? How can you do that? If you have a good friends who have the laptop with them, yeah, you can go to their home, borrow it for a couple of minutes or couple of hours and complete your assignment. If that was not the case, what you will do? How can you complete your assignment or borrow computer assignments if you don't have any personal laptops or personal computers, or you don't have friends who have them with them? What you will do? Will you ask your parents, please purchase me a laptop or computer worth of 20-30,000 rupees just to complete a assignment? Yes or no? Are you able to imagine what I'm trying to say? Right nowadays, you can fight. I want a laptop. They are cheaper, but that time it was not possible. 20,000 was a huge amount. So what the alternative we had that time? Cyber cafe. How many of you not heard the word cyber cafe? Or it's the first time you are hearing that word? Everybody knows. Everybody knows cyber cafe. What was a cyber cafe is basically used for? We are renting the computers hourly basis. Just want to complete our task, right? How much amount you were giving to the cyber cafe person? 10 rupees per hour, 20 rupees per hour, or maximum 30 rupees per hour, right? Let's say your assignment took 5 hours. Either at 20 rupees, you will how much you will get charged? 100 rupees. That's it. Versus purchasing a laptop or computer worth of 20,000 rupees. Which one is was cheaper and which was the sensible thing to do? Purchasing or renting? Everybody has done this thing, right? If you are purchasing a hardware, if you are purchasing a system, if so, what are the things you require? You require infra, basically setup. You require some place, some room, some house, or you can say area where you can purchase the server and put it there. So first of all, on-premise. What is the on-premise word means? Before the computer era, every company needs to purchase or rent out the places and install their hardware or servers, and after that they start developing whatever the service they want to give you. That is the word on-premise. Premise means area. So the big companies which are established from last 50 years, you can say Infosys, you can say telecom company, Reliance, anything, or banking company which is there from last 20, 30 years, they have their own hardware, own servers, right? Owning a physical hardware has to be some place where they can keep. This is called on-premise. If a company has their own physical servers purchased by them, it is called on-premise. So you can take comparison with a car. If you have a car which is owned or purchased by you, you have a complete control, right? The total cost is owned by the owner, right? You have a complete control. You don't have to wait for internet or internet connectivity. Right now, if you want to go from one point to point A to point B, let's say I want to go to the railway station to pick up my parents. If I have my car, do I have to wait or I have to consult someone? If I don't have a car, I have to book a Ola. For that, I will require internet connectivity. I will require Ola to give me a car, right? Then there are other problems with Ola. But if I have my car, will I be dependent on any other person or any other application? No. So no uptown, no internet required, and it is a one-time cost, right? But I don't want to purchase a car. I don't want to own a car. So what I have to do? I have to rent it out. What is my requirement? I want to go from my home to railway station, point A to point B. For that, I am not using my car, or I don't want to purchase a car. So what is the alternative? Renting it out. Take it on rent. Sometimes purchasing or owning the things give you a better option. Sometimes taking things on rent make more sense. So booking an Ola from point A to point B make more sense rather than purchasing a car, right? That is what cloud is all about. Now, what is mean by cloud? Literally, do you think it's a cloud or something? You might find some funny videos on internet that literally people are saying that they are physical clouds, and if rain happens, the data comes down on the earth. No, no. What is cloud basically? So imagine that a person which was sitting in a cyber cafe, who owns a cyber cafe, started a big company. Instead of 10 or 15 computers, he started providing 1500 computers, 10,000 computers in a city. And what he's doing, what he's asking, come and use his computer on a rental basis. Now you have to go physically to access the computer, right? What if I give a provision where you can connect to that computers, the computers which are available on rent remotely from your home, from your offices, using internet? That is all about cloud. Now things what are the things you require in a computer? RAM, CPU, and storage. These are the three primary things which make a computer. Simple. What is computer basically? Don't say a monitor and keyboard makes a computer. What is computer in general? Monitor, CPU, mouse, or RAM, CPU, and storage. What is computer? Monitor, keyboard, or mouse? What comprises make a computer? What are the things which make it a computer? Agree? If somebody says a monitor and keyboard makes a computer, then we have to rethink. So basically, I don't require monitor, I don't require keyboard or mouse. I just require RAM, CPU, and storage. These are primary things which can be used to make a computer. Apart from that, the things this all are called external services, input output devices, which gives the input to the RAM or which gets the output from the RAM and CPU, which is displayed on your computer screen, or your keyboard is the input devices. These are the peripheral devices, right? कंप्यूटर क्लास में ये सब पढ़ा था स्टार्टिंग में. So if I go to any cloud vendor, what is the primary thing they will provide me? Or what is the primary thing I need? I need a RAM, CPU, and a storage. Apart from that, I have my laptop, I have my keyboard and mouse with them. I can just give the command from that. I can use the same keyboard and mouse to give a command to another computer. So first of all, is it clear what is on-premise? On-premise basically owning the complete hardware, physical server with you. You can use that anytime, but the total cost it can be millions of dollars. Just imagine एक कंपनी में अगर मुझे डेटा सेंटर खोलना है कितना पैसा लगेगा. How many approvals I have to take? I have to take n number of approvals. I have to take n number of uh, vendors I have to contact. Then I will set up the server. I have to rent a room. Then the server will come, and then I have to set up the servers, and then I will able to build or give any services to my clients. But coming to cloud, everything is set up. I don't have to worry about infra. Whenever you are booking a car with Ola and Uber, do you worry about that? What is the condition of the car? Do you ever worry about what is the condition of the tire, or how the engines are optimally working? What is the performance of the engine? What is the average of the car? Do you think about that while booking an Ola or Uber? Yes or no? Do you ask? Have you ever asked the driver when was the last time you did the maintenance of your car? No. What are you doing? You are just using the car from point A to point B, and you just pay the money, and that's it. You never bother about how or what is the condition of the car. You just primarily focus about going from one point to point A or point B. That's it. You're using the car on an hourly basis, and then you are just returning back the car to the company. Similarly, this is a rented car which you get a chauffeur person or a driver. Second is the self-drive cars nowadays. You can just go and take a car from the vendors. You can drive from different area and you can return back at the same point. Again, it's a renting car without a driver. Agree? This is a concept where you are just using the car as per your convenience and returning back to the vendors. That is all about cloud. Here we are talking about computer. Here we are talking about the storage. Here we are talking about the RAM and CPU. Take example of Google. Google Drive. How many of you are using Google Drive? It's a cloud, right? You are using on a daily basis. You are storing your data. You are storing your files and everything. It's a It's a cloud service. What you are doing? You are taking a storage. You are rent. You are putting your data on the Google Drive. It's a cloud provider. It's one of the service which gives you the storage capability. If let's say from today the Google stop giving you 15 GB free data storage, what do? You have to pay, right? After 15 GB they are asking you to pay, right? 15 GB is free in Google Drive. After 15 GB you have to pay some amount monthly or yearly basis. What they are doing, they are renting out the storage with some minimal prices, right? Google is giving you storage. Similarly, RAM, CPU, and other computer components are available on rent. That's it all about cloud. The best thing about cloud is you can connect to these computers remotely. You don't have to go to their actual physical data centers to access them. You just require a internet connectivity and any type of computer. Doesn't has to be a new computer or latest computer. Old computer which is 10 years old or 15 years old can also be used to access or to run a huge application इन द क्लाउड। आपके पास जरूरी नहीं हाईटेक कंप्यूटर हो, आपके पास पुराना कंप्यूटर हो तो भी चलेगा। Okay, you just has to connect to the cloud, that's it. Okay, so what are the things which cloud gives you? Anywhere anytime access. Okay, affordable predictable cost, high level of security, quick deployment, scalability, low cost, low capital expenditure, and low uh, energy cost, right? If you rent, if you have things you're on premise, what are the things that you have to own? First of all, the area or the room where you are going to keep the servers, the rent, or if you have to purchase the area. Secondly, you have to purchase the servers, you have to maintain the servers, you have to give the electricity bill, you have to give the internet bill, right? Then you require a security. Security means physical security as well as a software security. You will have to keep a security guard. Then you have to hire a person which will maintain that server. You can imagine how much amount of money you have to burn before you actually go live and deploy something. That is the on-premise problem. Nowadays, you don't have to worry about anything. Everything is provided and maintained by the cloud providers. Are we clear with difference between cloud and on-premise? Taking basically taking or renting anything, any type of server from the cloud provider. Any question? So throughout our syllabus, we are going to use the word on-premise. Otherwise, we are working on cloud. So you should be very thorough about the word what is on-premise. Okay. Any question till this point? Okay. Now, what are the coming to the AWS? What is AWS? Amazon Web Service. Okay. What is Amazon Web Service? It is one of the cloud provider you can which you are going to learn. You have enrolled on for AWS. It is not an e-commerce website. Okay, it's a platform where you can rent a computers and other application as per your convenience. Now, what are the silent features? Resilient architect, high level, high performance architect, secure application, cost optimization. These are the few fundamental domains which Amazon wants everybody to be well hands-on while designing any application. So let's talk about Facebook or YouTube. If you are using YouTube, right? How many of you have face a issue where YouTube is getting crashed in your mobile? You have a YouTube app, Android or iOS user, doesn't matter. If that app is crashing, are you going to reuse it? It's working on some things, right? High performance. The performance should be good. If the number of users are increasing, doesn't matter. It should have it should able to handle the high load. Secure application. It should secure data, secure the user information, secure data transfer, and finally the cost. Now, these are the few components which we are going to learn throughout our syllabus. Okay, so what are the components which are there to store the data in the cloud? In basically, moreover, we are focusing on AWS now. So there are different cloud providers, starting with Azure, Google, Microsoft, Google, Ericsson, Oracle, and the other cloud providers. But we are talking about AWS. So for AWS, what are storage properties available or storage services available? S3, Glacier, EFS, EBS. Then other is user management, access and user management. What is access and user management? Whenever you log into your Windows, whenever you log into your Windows, it asks you to log in as a user, right? Whenever you log into any website, it asks you a username or password, and then it asks you that what level of permission you require. आप अपने लैपटॉप पे लॉगिन करते हो, you log in as a user or you might have login as an admin. So what is the difference between user and admin? User basically have limited access as compared to admin. You can create n number of users as per their use cases. That is again managed by IAM in the cloud. User management basically and their access. Next is computing. This is the this and these are the two important topics which AWS completely revolve. Computing, basically computers. What type of computers or physical hardware or hardware you will get? EC2 machine, EMR, ECS, Lambda, Athena, and Glue. These are all the computing applications available in the cloud. Then network and security. Again, security is one of the important things we have to learn. VPC, Route 53. Then database. You might have you might have heard the word called databases. What is databases? Where you can use the databases? What are the different database engines available right now, and what are the database available in the cloud? So MySQL, Oracle, Redshift, DynamoDB, Aurora, and so on are different databases engine available in the cloud. So what are the things AWS provide you, or even any cloud service provide you? Cost saving. You save a lot of cost, right? Think just think that purchasing a physical hardware of millions of dollars, or you just want to build your application. That's it. You don't have to worry about the hardware. If cloud was not there, what you have to do? You do. If I have an idea, if I want to develop some service or some application, some software, first or foremost thing that I need to do is to purchase the server. After purchasing, I have to maintain it, and then I will able to launch my application. I have to develop my application. But with cloud, you just have to rent it out. You just have to take the uh, machine from cloud provider and start building your application. Start working on your software. That's it. Okay. Cost saving, security. So physical security as well as software security are provided by cloud provider. Physical means again, don't think that it's a virtual everything. Amazon, Azure, or Microsoft, Google, they have actual physical servers with them. Just like Cyber Cafe person, they do have actual computers, but for us, it is virtual. We are not going physically to their location and renting the computer. We are connecting that computers virtually. So that computers, that server needs some security. It can be physical, it can be virtual security. Physical means actual physical because it's a physical servers. They have a data centers. So they require security that no person outside their company should able to access that physical servers. And software security. Software security means the cyber attacks can happen. So you have to make sure your data centers, your application is secure. Flexibility. As per my convenience, I can use it. Now, right now, I don't want to use it. I can return back the server back to Amazon. It's you can always compare or imagine this thing with Ola and Uber. आज मुझे गाड़ी चाहिए, मैंने बुक करी, मुझे गाड़ी नहीं चाहिए, मैंने छोड़ दी. Let's say I'm going from point A to point B to point C, point C to point D. I can rent it out as per my convenience. मैं point A से point B गया, 3 घंटे point B पे मैंने spend किया. I'm not booking an Ola. I'm not keeping any services alive. Point B पे जाते ही मैंने ओला को वापस भेज दिया. Okay, I have ended the trip. Point B से point C जाना है. I will book a new car. As soon as I reach the point C, I will end my ride. The contract that is ended. Right? That's a flexibility. Right now, I required one Ola. I required two. I required three. I required five. I have a huge family which is coming from Mumbai, let's say. So they required 5 Ola. I can book 5 Ola at a given point of time. That's a flexibility. Mobility, I can access anywhere. You just require internet connectivity. Insights. So there are so many matrices, graph which gives a performance of your system. That is the insights. Collaborations. Basically, if you require some licenses, if you require some software license with the different vendors, so different companies do collaborate with your cloud providers. So you don't have to go and purchase individual licenses. Let's say you have to purchase a window license. So you don't have to go to Microsoft and purchase a license. You just connect with AWS. AWS will get a license for you. Okay, because they have their partnership. Quality control. What is how the system is working? Again, it's a part of insights. Disaster recovery is one of the important things which every company has to work on. Disaster, because anytime your service can go down, how quickly you can recover from it. Okay, your car can break down, but the important thing is how fastly you can repair that car and get on your trip. Loss prevention, software upgrades, competitive edge, and sustainability. These are the all topics which or things which are when you're working on cloud, you don't have to worry about it. They are completely handled by the cloud provider. Any question? So one of the important things which I like about cloud is you can go global. You can go global means, so if you want, let's say your application is working in America, and you want to just deploy the same thing in UK or in India. So you just has to rent a computer and you have the software, right? Let's say Facebook has complete software with them. If they want to, they are right now working in America, right? Okay. You, so they have the software. They just want to rent a computer. If they rent a computer in India, they can use the same software and apply that for Indian customer. Okay. Now we have talked a lot about cloud. There are advantages. Now might be some disadvantages as well, right? So if you are a let's say if you're working for a company and you are saying let's go to cloud. So if you are suggesting your company, let's move to a cloud. You are the architect, you are the developer. So you have given all the positive scenarios, you have given all the positive things, but you have to also update them. What is the negative scenario? What are the disadvantages of cloud? Because everything's come with pros and cons. You should not avoid or you should not over look about what are the disadvantages of cloud. What are the disadvantages? Advantages again: cost saving, high speed backup, reliability, unlimited storage, literally it's unlimited storage, quick deployment, on demand computing. These are the advantages. We have heard these things. You will see, you can find out over the internet. These are all good things. There are also negative. Everything has a pros and cons, right? So we should not avoid the cons. We should be aware what are the disadvantages and how can we overcome with that. The performance can vary. Okay, we will talk about that. Share resources. Share resources means you might have used Ola Share, right? or even if you are renting a car, you, are you sure that you're going to get a new car, a car which is 1 or 2 years old? The person who is driving the Ola might own a car which is 10 years old, 15 years old. That old car will be slow or share resources. A single cab can be shared with multiple people, and that's how actually your cloud provider do. A single computer is shared with multiple people, and how that can be done and how they are doing, we'll cover out in our further classes. But the performance can vary. Technical outage. Technical outage means, let's say the car which you owe a car and that car got damaged or there was an issue with the car. Or very simple, the tire got flattened out. So you just take out you call, or you can just call the mechanic and fix that car, right? It's simple. But what if you are rented a Ola? Can you directly fix that car by calling the mechanic? No. You need to first contact the customer care, or that Ola driver will do that thing to you. You can't do anything. You will just have to wait. You just have to wait. There are technical issues. So if anything goes down, or if there is a issue with the actual servers, you just have to call the cloud provider or the customer care and just wait. You can't do anything. You can't go and fix the things by yourself. Again, there is always a security threat. If you Next is internet connectivity. If you don't have proper internet connectivity, you will not able to access the cloud. Just like Google Drive, I require my document. Let's say I require Aadhaar card, which is on Google Drive, and I want to present that Aadhaar card to some person. But if I don't have internet connectivity, I will not able to access the my Aadhaar card. I need that physical copy, or I need a physical copy, or I will need a downloaded copy in my mobile. So without internet connectivity, I can use that document, right? But if you are completely reliabling on the cloud, then you should have a good internet connectivity. If you lose the connectivity, or if you do lose the internet, then you will not able to connect to the cloud. Then performance between the servers, or the connection between the servers can vary, and lack of support. So these are the few disadvantages of the cloud. At this given point, anybody wants to ask anything, have any doubt, let me know. समझ आया क्लाउड और ऑन प्रीमाइस के बीच का डिफरेंस? Yes, no? Am I audible? Okay. So next, here the this PPT gives us the what are the things which Amazon has provided over the internet, or how it is developed over the last 2 decades. Okay, so in a market, it is a market that has been dominated by AWS from the day one, and Amazon has started in 2006. Okay, Amazon publicly started in 2006. According to the Synergy Research Group, 2019, AWS was a leader in SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS or PaaS market share with a more than 33%, followed by Microsoft, Google, and Alibaba. For AWS, the key strength for the market leader continues to be breadth and depth, with more than 175 services, including compute, storage, database, analysis, networking, mobile developer tools, management tools, IoT tools, security, enterprise application, and so on. So Amazon has more than 175 services which you can use. I think now they have crossed 190 or 200. Okay, so out of 175, we are going to touch 15 to 20 services. Okay, which are the most important services for your certification, and these are the services which are being heavily used in the industry. Okay, these are the common and heavily used services. We are going to use them. We are going to learn them. But apart from that, Amazon provide more than 175 services. That means think about anything regarding computer, IT company. If you want to set up an IT company, if you want to set up a application company or anything, Amazon is a one-stop solution for them. Okay, in 2000 in 2018, Amazon signaled the first serious move into the hybrid development. Okay, at reInvent conference, where they have started, they come up with a new service called fully managed service, where the vendor deliver pre-configured rack to your on-premise, where you can use data center as well cloud. So different terminologies came. In 2018, they started rolling a hybrid system. There are few companies which don't want to go to cloud. Can you give some example or which domain? There are a couple of domains which doesn't want to move to the cloud. Nowadays, you might have heard every company, every organization wants to leverage cloud technology. But there is one sector, complete sector, which still hesitates to move to cloud. Can you give one name? Which sector? I will give the name of the sectors: manufacturing, telecom sector, banking sector, or finance sector, then agriculture sector. These are the three or four major sectors in the industry. Out of these four, which sector doesn't want to go to cloud? Banking. Banking sector still hesitate to move to cloud. Why? Why banking sector still hesitate to move to cloud? Anybody? Think about, because of security concerns. I agree. You're dealing with your money. Let's say, let's say today from your account 100 rupees was deducted because of some of the reason. I'm not giving any reason. You will contact your bank, let's say bank ABC, and they will give an excuse that because of some cyber attack, this and because their application was on cloud and the cloud provider was not able to give the higher security, and because of that, your 100 rupees got deducted. Second, you want to transfer some money from your bank account to your parents account, but your application is not working because there was some issue in the cloud, there was some issue with the servers, and you contacted the bank, and bank said that they can't do anything because the cloud provider where the data center is hosted is not reachable. Will you accept this answer? Will you accept this answer given by your customer support? No. Does it matter for you that your bank has opted cloud technology? You are just concerned about your money and the services provided by bank. If something behind that goes down, it can be bank problem, it can be cloud provider problem, but it's not your problem. As a customer, do you bother about that where the servers are kept by the bank? No, you just want to use the application. So for that, for this company, Amazon launches hybrid system. Hybrid means don't completely migrate to cloud. Only use some of the applications which you think that are good, can be migrated or leverage cloud technology. Use that. Otherwise, still stay on premise. This is majorly for banks. Okay. Now coming to job opportunities. Now every year, every 6 months, every uh, now and then after COVID, again job opportunities can vary depending on the region, depending on your experience. So if you have a good experience like uh, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, you can go more than 50 lakhs a year. Okay. So I got some information like in 2018. It has been 5 years still. The cloud technology, if you have a good hands-on and good experience in cloud, your salary package can go more than 50k, 50 lakh per annum. Okay. According to Forbes, again, there are more than 50,000 jobs in US and across world. There are more than 1 lakh cloud opening. Again, I am with cloud from last nearly 7 to 8 years. I have seen drastic demand in the industry. Every other company is working on cloud. Every other company is working on machine learning. Every other company is working on data science technology. But all these things are in the cloud. The basic funda is the ecosystem where your this all application is going to work, and that's the cloud. Nobody nowadays want to purchase a hardware. They just want to use the cloud technology. If the company is old, obviously they have the hardware. But any new company, any new startup or the companies which is after 2010, they don't want to own any hardware. They are going to use AWS or any other cloud providers. Okay, so yeah, and AWS is one of the key players because they are the first company which started with cloud, and still they have so many applications, so many services which are cutting edge. So this is the history of AWS. On this slide, how AWS has evolved in last 2 decades. So it started in 2003. AWS has gone public in 2006, but it started in 2003, where they have first published their black paper. Okay, they have first published their paper in 2003, and they have launched their service called SQS, which you are going to learn in 2004, and in 2006 they first officially launched as AWS Amazon Web Service. In 2007, within a 1 year, nearly 2 lakh developers, 1 lakh 80,000 developers were onboarded on AWS. They started using cloud. In 2010, Amazon e-commerce website or Amazon.com have completely migrated to AWS. Now keep in mind, AWS means Amazon Web Service, and e-commerce website Amazon.com or Amazon.in is different. They are the same, uh, uh, they are the part of the same company, that is Amazon, but they are different. E-commerce website is different and Amazon Web Service is different. Okay, Amazon Web Service is a company which provide you the computing. They provide you the computers and storage. Amazon.com or e-commerce website is a website which helps you to purchase some uh, items over the internet. Now in 2012, they started with a conference called Reinvent. So in generally Reinvent happens in December, where they gives the update that what are the things they are going to launch in next year and what are the things they have improved over the year. So just like you might have seen day yesterday or day before yesterday, Apple has launched iPhone 15. They have did a press conference where they launched a new product. Similarly, Amazon launches their new products called in the conference called Reinvent. In 2013, they started the certifications. So certification program started in 2013. In 2014, Amazon has achieved 100% renewable resources. So whatever they are using, everything is on 100% renewable. In 15, they have reached a revenue of 6 billion. Okay, in 16, the revenue has gone 13 billion, and in 17, they had started working on AI. Nowadays, you might have heard the word called AI, artificial intelligence. But Amazon was working in 2017. They started giving the services where you can develop the AI application in 2017, and their revenue has gone to 27 billion. In 2018, they launched the machine learning certifications. Okay, and they have started focusing on artificial intelligence and machine learning tools. So this is a graph which show the comparison between the market trend of different solutions. So you can compare with mobile solution, internet, IoT, cognitive services, and other technologies in the market. So Amazon is leading there. Okay, so we talk about Amazon. What are the other cloud providers? What are the other cloud providers in the market? Microsoft Azure, Google, IBM, Oracle, Ericsson, Informatica, and there are other companies which are providing cloud technologies to you. So every companies are providing same thing, but the name are different. And these are the list of certificates, certifications you can do with Amazon. Okay, so starting with basic fundamental cloud practitioner. This is a fundamental certificate which you don't require any hands-on. You just has to go with the you just has to go with the basics of cloud. That's it. Basics of Amazon fundamentals. That's it. You don't have to go with the hands-on. So this is a primary or basic fundamental certification. Then we have associate level. In associate, we have three certification: solution architect, sysops administration, and developer. Okay, we are focused on solution architect associate. I have completed this certification in 2019, and I have done this certification in 2023. So I hold two certifications in AWS. Then we have professional certification where AWS Solution Architect Professional, then DevOps Engineer Professional certification is there. Then apart from that, there are some special certification which are domain specific, just like analytics, database, machine learning, Alexa skill, advanced networking, and security. So these are the special certification as per the domain, but these are the general certification. Okay, Now, why should you go with the certification? So, as a trainer, as a mentor, I always ask my students to do the certification, complete the certification. After going through the syllabus, after going through a training, always do the certification. Okay, Amazon certification is nearly of $150. Okay, I think it's the solution architect is of $150. So why should you go with the certification? So it provide you the gain and appreciation of your effort. So just take example, there are 10 people who are applying for a job. Out of 10 people, one has done certification in that particular domain for which the company is looking for. So company is looking for a cloud person. Okay. So there are, let's say, 10 people are sitting outside and one person has done the certification. Which person you will call the first for interview? Or out of, let's say you receive 1,000 applications for a job. Out of 1,000 applications, you have to select top 10. On which basis do you will select? First criteria will be the person who has done the certification or not, right? So that's why you always should go with the certification. It increase your chances to land on the interview. It will not increase the chance to get a job, but it increase the chances to get to the interview. Interview, you have to give the interview. Your certification will not give an interview for you. You have to present yourself. But to to get an interview, to crack, to land an interview, certification helps you. Because if you have a badge, if you have a word that you in your resume that you have completed a certification, it give you a cutting edge. It give you an advantage over other person who is working there for last, who might be working in on cloud, but certification give you that you already know everything. The fundamentals of AWS, you know that. So I will give one example. One of the interview I have given, the interview didn't ask me a single question on AWS. I have and he has asked on other domains. And I asked you, why didn't you ask me a question on AWS? He simply stated that you have completed two certification. That means you are good on AWS. I will not go and ask detail about AWS because you are good in AWS as per you have correct two certifications. So that's the advantage. You don't. I clear the interview without giving any been asked any question about AWS. So that's the advantage. Then display your commitment level, chances to become a professional network, expand your professional network, bring more project on your company. So because in a company, let's say a company is, there are three companies which are fighting for a vendor, or there is a project in the market and three companies are trying to pursue it. Okay, so the company which has more certified person get more chances to land with that particular project. The more the people in the company has certified person get are getting more chance to land a project. Opportunity to become a subject matter, and again in the final better paycheck. Okay, now this page, this is a few interview questions. These are few topic questions you will able to give answer after giving the certificate, completing the syllabus. Yes, that's it about the demo. If you have any question, any doubt, and you can just ask it.